Spain is in crisis. This is a nation demanding change. Tens of thousands of Spaniards flooded the streets last week in an historic wave of protests, united under one cry: let's end the housing business. From Madrid to Malaga and Barcelona to the Canary Islands, citizens are saying enough to skyrocketing rents, tourism-driven speculation, and a system they say prioritises profit over people. Today, I'm talking about Spain's housing crisis once again, how it started, who it's hurting, and what's being done to fight back. Hey everyone, welcome back to YouTooSpain. I'm Skatz, and today's topic hits close to home for millions across the nation. Let's break down Spain's housing emergency and why it's sparking a revolution on the streets. On April the 5th, over 40 cities joined Spain's largest coordinated housing protests in a decade. And this follows two nationwide protest marches last year that were pretty big. Organisers claim 150,000 people marched in Madrid, while 100,000 rallied in Barcelona. And smaller cities like Malaga saw crowds of up to 30,000. The message was the same at each rally: end the housing racket. Protesters slammed a system where, as the news source DW reports, investment funds and landlords accumulate profits while thousands face eviction or inhumane conditions. So, what are the protesters' demands? These are the radical reforms they want: 50% rent reductions, indefinite leases, and converting 3.8 million vacant homes into social housing. Valeria Razu of the Madrid Tenants Union called this the beginning of the end for landlordism. She warned, "This parasitical system devours our salaries," a sentiment that's echoed nationwide. So let's get to the root of this. Why is housing unattainable? Okay, well, there are three key factors: speculation, tourism, and stagnant wages. Economist Jaime Palomera explains, the rich buy more property post-2008 and COVID, driving up prices. Housing isn't a home, it's a tax haven. Spain's central bank says 40% of renters spend 40% of their income on housing. It's a recipe for disaster. Tourism supercharges the crisis. In Malaga, Sur in English reports 8 out of 10 city centre flats are holiday rentals. 8 out of 10! Locals like tour guide Lina Castillo are pushed to the outskirts. She says no coastal town offers flats under €900, and those ones are tiny and unlivable. Young people are hit the hardest. According to The Guardian, 85% of under 30s live with their parents. Imagine saving for a home when rents in Ibiza exceed 100% of the average salary. And this isn't just about numbers, it's about people. So let's hear their stories. Flatmates Marina and Sandra are students in Malaga. They told Sur in English they won the lottery finding housing. Many aren't so lucky. For them, renting feels like a game of chance. Kino and Espe are young teachers in Pizarra, where they moved because they were priced out of Malaga, only to face €550 rents in a town where that was once unthinkable. Even smaller towns mimic the crisis, Espe says. Trini and Hector are parents in Malaga. They were marching for their 18-year-old son. They said, he'll never afford a home unless he inherits one. Trini calls this hopelessness, a sentiment Laura Martin, a mental health specialist, sees daily. The stress of housing insecurity is breaking people, she warns. The government calls this a social emergency. Prime Minister Sanchez proposes rent caps, bans on foreign ownership and building 600,000 new homes. But critics like Gonzalo Alvarez of the Tenants Syndicate argue we don't need new homes. We need to reclaim the 3.8 million vacant ones held by banks and vulture funds. Economists push for systemic change. Palomera cites Singapore. Tax second homes aggressively, support first-time buyers. Meanwhile, cities like Barcelona will phase out all tourist apartment licences by 2028. But is it too little too late? This movement isn't slowing down, quite the reverse. From the Canary Islands' call for sustainable tourism to Madrid's rent strikes, Spaniards are rewriting the rules. As Euronews notes, fear has changed sides. Change won't come easy, but the streets are speaking here in Spain. And it's not just in the cities. As landlords see rent prices increase across the board, they're putting up their prices in response. If you're affected by this crisis or just want to learn more, drop a comment below. Share your story. And to our Spanish viewers, no estáis solos. You're definitely not alone. Even the tourists and the immigrants like me can see what's happening. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell. Until next time, hasta luego. Peace and love.